afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for July 13th, 2020, Monday, 3 p.m. Eastern. In understanding our existence, there's two key comprehensions. As one thing is comprehending, another thing is enacting. It's a lot of people are not, they may know certain things, they may be aware, but to really come out and identify things for themselves. It's difficult at times because we look at the surroundings, our surroundings, and a lot of us go by the surroundings, by our surroundings. And when you get in the habit of doing that, which we all have, none of us are exempt from it, you know, but then again, it's almost like you don't feel able to shift your direction. So, on one hand, you're aware, on the other hand, you're still viewing the external world. Now, it doesn't mean that you're a zombie when you are not connected to it. It means that, you interact. I mean, you're in it for not figuratively. I'd say figuratively that you got one foot in it, but you understand that your frequency's higher. And the reason your frequency's higher, people always want to know how do I know my frequency's higher? Well, it's when you are not involved in things like you were before. It's when you don't engage in them. You have no motivation whatsoever. You can watch things, you can see things. It's just that you're not drawn to it. You know what I mean? You're just not drawn to it. You can watch it and view it, and that's fine, but you don't interact with it. Your concentration is yourself. It is the God within you. That's the key to opening up your awareness to pure consciousness. There's nothing else. You have two choices. And you're very fortunate if you're aware of two choices, because most people think they only have one choice, and that's the body and the externality of the existence. But it isn't. It is about, and you have awareness on the other choice, which is going within and discovering the God that you truly are and the pure consciousness. Source creation is pure consciousness. God is pure consciousness. So, consciousness is the creation of all creation. Now, people would say, well, who creates consciousness? Consciousness is infinity. It is frequencies combining to make one. That's what it's about. So all the universes that are created by other conscious beings, who are created by other conscious beings, it's endless. It's endless. And so the source creator is pure consciousness. Now understand this, God is pure consciousness. So when you discover that you, inside your body, is pure consciousness, when you understand that, then you begin a different journey. Because you get curious, you want to know about this pure consciousness within you. You want to know what it's about. What is it? You know, I thought it was a guy with a white beard in the sky. Or, some place where I walk up into a cloud and go into some gates, open the gates, and there's a heaven. And that is just all, it's an illusion. It's not real. And so when you should begin to discover your pure consciousness, this is what the journey's about. It's reconnecting with the pure consciousness within your body. Now, when you come into that body, when you're pure consciousness, and you can call it anything. We call it spirit. We call it higher self. We call it soul. We call it everything. Some people believe that the soul, the higher self, and everything are all separate. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. It's one. It is one. Everything is a part of the one. That's it. There's nothing else. It's how it's all distributed, configured, and how creation begins. And so it is a constant swirl of the highest of highest high frequency. And people say, well, do the dark lower matter frequencies have pure consciousness? Yes, they do. But theirs is different. It's like we look at the yin and the yang, the positive and the negative. As you increase your vibrational frequency, eventually, the dark lower matter frequencies cannot exist and don't exist. So the darkness is gone. In this density, people carry the dark and the light. They carry two sides. As you increase your vibrational frequency, the dark begins to dissipate to the point where the light overtakes the dark completely, and the balance is only with the light. It isn't with the dark and the light. But it depends on the frequencies that you determine yourself to be existing with and in. So as you begin to advance yourself in your own direction, it is your own choice. No one's going to advance you for you. You will advance you. And the only way to do this is to go within. Now, does it make someone, not much or insignificant because they don't choose it? No. The consciousness is pure within each and every one of us. Period. It's when we get in these bodies, we lose understanding of who and what we are. We just think we're bodies. Do you ever see a little baby, you go to a maternity ward, and you watch them as the nurses bring the babies in, and they're in those bassinets, those containers. They could put them in something nicer, but they put them in those. And you ever watch the babies, how they'll look at their hands? And then they notice that they have feet. It's because the spirit, the pure consciousness within, is not familiar with that body. So it does not know it has feet and legs, or hands, or anything. It's got to discover that through the eyesight of the body. You see what I mean? So it's new to the pure consciousness within the body, the spirit, the God. And that's why you see some babies doing that, because they're just so amazed that they're in a physical form, that pure consciousness is in a physical form. And so they start discovering their different parts of their bodies. Well, we've all done that. Now, as the body grows and as we absorb things, you're absorbing while you're in your mother's womb. You're absorbing things. You're absorbing conversations. Those are all frequencies, remember. You're absorbing decisions, ideas, thoughts, all the whole time while you're in the mother's womb. And then when you are birthed, you continue to take in more and more. And as the body grows, now remember, you're a sponge, and you have no understanding in that existence, because of course your memory's been blasted, so you really don't remember. So, you're on your own, pretty much, to discover for yourself. Because you're not aware that you're the pure consciousness in the body. You start to discover the body, and you're seduced by the body, and you forget about the fact that you are the spirit or the God within the body, the pure consciousness. So we come along, and then things start to happen, and some of us will become awakened because of certain things. It can be anything. It starts to trigger it. But it begins to trigger it. And the reason it's triggered is because the God within you has been successful to make some opening of communication with you. Okay? Now, I know it sounds strange, but that's how it works. That then you start becoming aware, conscious. And so the pure consciousness within the body begins to connect with the body so that the body becomes aware and conscious. So the body becomes a reflection of the God within it. You see what I mean? A lot of us are not that way. We feel and experience the body only. We don't understand the God within or the pure consciousness. And that's why it's so easy to distract us on anything on this planet that occurs, and that's why we're so greatly distracted or seduced, whatever word frequency you want to use. And so in that process, it always goes back to one thing: discovering the God within you, the pure consciousness, and understanding what and who and what you are. And this is your own choice and decision. Like I said, doesn't make you bad that you aren't doing it or you aren't there yet. You will be. It's an inevitability. For some it takes a very long time. Others it doesn't take that long. You could be continually. There are God sparks or pure conscious beings that have existed for trillions of years. I mean, seriously, because there's no ending. Now, they may try to convince you that there's an ending, the manipulators, but there isn't an ending. You understand something? Energy cannot be destroyed. It can only change in shapes and forms. It can change shapes, forms, frequencies, directions, and everything. Energy used against energy to destroy that energy is impossible. Cannot happen. It just discovers that the energy discovers a new form or a new direction or a new frequency, and then it embraces that. It's no different. When you burn a house down, that's energy. Do you honestly believe that that energy is destroyed? No, it's not. It just goes into the ethers and takes on different form or shape in another direction. Nothing is ever destroyed. What if when Tiamat was blown up, when they made a mistake, they blew up Tiamat, and it's just debris fields floating around? Do you think the energy of that planet was disintegrated? No, it wasn't. It can't be. It cannot be. It moves into different form, different aspects, different frequencies. And it's the same with us. The body is a vessel that just holds the God so that the God can experience the physical. So the body can cease when you determine it to cease, when you do no longer feel that you want to inhabit that form, so you leave it. And so the body ceases to operate. And that's how it was designed in the beginning, but of course we don't have that yet. We're getting there to return ourselves to that process, that transformation. Now, if you can't force anybody, about any of it, they have to know and feel and sense genuinely the God within them, the pure consciousness, and be motivated and inspired to connect with it. There's a lot of lies that we think is a truth. And one of the biggest ones on this planet, in this civilization, and it affects other civilizations as well. One of the greatest lies is that you think that you are some limited, time-bound being who is not super amazing, all-powerful, and deeply connected to the greatest loving, healing source in the universe. See, a lot of people, whether they're conscious of it or not, they think that way. They believe that way. So they create that way. And you really got to be careful for those thoughts, which make you believe that that you are a limited, normal human, and that mindset is real. So you've got to almost be supremely aware of that part of your brain who thinks that is anything less than absolutely divine. So, again, thoughts cannot contain grand reality of what and who you truly are. They are temporarily time-bound thoughts, which are delusions and illusions of the mind. Okay? The truth is that is an eternal spiritual being who is capable of manifesting anything that they can imagine. And each of us have the magical power to visualize, imagine, and invent any reality we wish and to experience. So I think that to talk with yourselves and understand is that figure out for yourself that you to release, let this massive limiting lie completely dissolve away. It's a lie to yourself. It's a belief that is a lie. Just vaporize it. Just allow it to be gone permanently. And return home to the truth that you are. You are something far beyond whatever you believed you were with this limiting mind. And our minds are limiting. We are each an eternal, omnipresent God being who is omnipotent, has omnipotent abilities, and is infinitely capable of creating miracles. Now, when you wake up every single day, you will begin to feel so good to wake up each day and realize who and what you truly are. That's a huge celebration when you finally come to that. When you know who and what you are. And that is literally a magnificent God being. And a lot of people say, I know that. I know that. I know that I am. I know I am. But do you? Or is the mind just stating that? Is the ego mind intervening and making that statement superficially? Or do you feel it? So you begin to understand slowly but surely in your own choosings that if anything comes along in this externality, this experience, this reality that we create for ourselves, it's just, well, you think you're powerful, you think you're a radiant being and a God being. Well, you're not. You're insignificant. You're nothing. You have no power. You have nothing. You're minuscule. See? And through thousands and thousands and thousands of years, a civilization has been trained and coerced into believing that. Why do you think there's so many people who have a lower opinion of themselves, who treat themselves really poorly, who have very difficult time even communicating with themselves? Okay? And when you're in bicameral mode, you don't have any clue whatsoever. You're completely, you don't even know that you have a God within you. All you believe is that you are the body and that's it. Period. You have no clue to your spirituality, to who and what you are, not even a smidgen. This is a big difference. And as each of us become more and more awake, and you begin to realize that you're an eternal, omnipresent God being, and you are omnipotent and omniscient abilities, And you are infinitely capable of creating miracles. This is a deep down understanding. It is a connection with your pure God, the pure consciousness. When you make that connection, you'll understand that everything shifts, and everything that you thought was important is not at all important anymore. It just isn't. And you override all the pre-programming that the body has received by connecting to the God within you. You override it. It no longer affects you in the way it used to affect you. It all shifts. And you, each of us, are the only ones that can do that. Some big bang in the sky or a bright flash of light isn't going to do that. Will you remember something? Okay? And I think you all can digest this well. Is that remember that externality, things that can try to control you externally, are only things. They have no power at all unless you give them the power to be something when they're nothing. Only if you give it the power, then it will be. So you can actually look at it as that you're creating miracles all the time. It's just not the ones that you're consciously aware of. When you give something your power, you don't give your power. But when you give something power to be, you're creating a miracle. But you don't know it. Now imagine yourself being aware and directing your intention to what it is that you desire. You'll find out as a God being, a pure conscious being, that a lot of the things that you thought are not. Because you don't have any inclining whatsoever to create them. It is, and it's an absolute gateway of understanding of what the overlords of this planet have been trying to do for this civilization forever. And the Great Awakening basically is you. You're the Great Awakening. Each and every one of us are the Great Awakening. Each and every one of us are the Great Shift. The shift. It's not a powerful wave coming through space. Okay? It is you. It's how we experience and how we advance ourselves. That's what it's about. And the more that the collective consciousness of this planet continues to experience and advance in its frequencies and understandings and its comprehensions, that's how all civilizations advance. That's how they do it. They become consciously aware of who and what they are, and then they become aware of the direction they wish to create for themselves. So obviously when you go into a higher frequency with yourself, and you're able to sustain that frequency, not just for a little burst, but more of a permanency, then you begin to understand that it's not about the externality of your existence. It's about you. It is about you. You're an eternal, omnipresent God being. And it is imperative that we discuss this as much as possible so that it begins to become ingrained in our understanding, that we embrace it, that we decide and choose to embrace it. We have infinite abilities. Infinite abilities. And we're infinitely capable of creating anything we choose. Anything. Of a high frequency. We don't care to create anything in lower frequencies because we already have done that obsessively for too long. Wake up from the lie. that you're really insignificant, and embrace the truth that you're an eternal, omnipresent God being. Wake up from believing the lie that you are insignificant, that you're minuscule, that you're powerless, and embrace true understanding and the truth, the honesty, that you're an eternal, omnipresent God being. Really, there's nothing you cannot create, period. Across the board. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. And I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we desire, want to do, is relax our bodies. We put our bodies through a lot. I think a lot of the times we just aren't realizing how much we do put them through. And it's good to start having an intimate relationship with your body. And as you do so, the body begins to respond. And you say, body, it's time to relax. You're off the shoulders. Be in a comfortable position. And any attachments that you might have picked up, directly or inadvertently, throughout the last 24 hours, just let it go. Because it has no substance unless you create it into substance. Excuse me, they're thoughts that you have embraced and created into your reality. So, eliminate them. Let them go. Body will respond. Relax. You're either the boat on the water that's completely like glass, and you've got the mist rising off the water early morning, sunlight's just starting to bounce off of the trees, the birch trees along the shoreline, the white of the bark reflecting in a golden color, golden white. You've got a slight coolness near the water. The mist begins to burn off and the sky is blue. You feel cool but not cold. Your body is completely in nothingness. You have no thoughts. You are just totally in the space between heartbeats, and you don't even care to move. You can almost hear the mist evaporating. It's that calm. And you're in total peace. And you have no thoughts. You have nothing from the ego mind or the mind coming in. That's total relaxation, where you still the mind. And as you do this with your body, you're going to want to move into the now. And the now is all we have. Yesterday is gone forever. Tomorrow doesn't exist. You only have the now. And in the now, the space between heartbeats, the moment to moment, the moment you're in is where you're focused. Just the moment, moment to moment. Whether you're clipping your toenails or painting your fingernails, you're in the moment and you focus on that moment only. The now. Unfortunately, some of us have a tendency to be seduced so heavily in the past, where we are beakered, so to speak, of embracing things that we had experienced in our past that was pleasant and enjoyable, and then we reminisce it, and we go back to it, and then eventually we take it and we bring it into a future that doesn't exist, and we create that future out of the past, and we relive the past in that future. And that's why so many of us say, I feel like sometimes I'm just running in circles, and I have been my whole life. only the now. And you can see the power in the now. You can feel it. Also, as we're in the now, we want to breathe. Breath. Breath sustains these vessels that hold the pure consciousness. Does it make sense to make sure that the vessels are as healthy and as happy and that we're in great contact with them always? So we breath in through the nose very easily. We don't try to kill ourselves breathing in. And then we exhale, breath out through the mouth. Now visualize this. This is a powerful visualization in this meditation. You're seated, you're in a comfortable position. Through the center, going right through your spine all the way to the top of your head, are energy vortexes. They connect you to the etherical, to the spiritual. They connect you to the pure consciousness, the awareness, the creation of creation. Now, these energy vortexes are called chakras. And they look geometrical shapes. Some of them they almost look like flowers, different kind of flowers. Flower petal shapes. And these are the 7 main chakras, and they're connected to different glands and organs in your bodies. And they're responsible for uniform distribution of the chi or the ki or the prana or life energy through them. And when there is disruption in this life energy or a blockage in any one or more of your chakras, you may suffer from health or mental issues. So the chakras form the energy ecosystem of every individual. A deficiency in this ecosystem can wreak havoc in the different areas of life. So, as you breath in, you're breathing in divine positive energy because it sustains the body of the highest of the highest high of deep eternal love and gratitude. So it sustains the body, the physical, the biological, and it gives it well-being and health and support. It calms it. It relaxes the body. It eases your stress and tension while in the body. So this divine positive energy, you visualize as you begin to bring it up through the center of your body, through these energy vortexes, these chakras, these wheels of light. And we begin with the root chakra, the Muladhara. This is energy, stability, comfort, safety. I am. And it's a red wheel of light. Beautiful. And then we go to the orange wheel of light, the sacral chakra, the Vadhisthana. This is the sensuality, sexuality, pleasure, and sociability, the I feel. And all along you're doing this, you always keep one eye on that little fella, the ego mind. Then we go through the yellow wheel of light, the solar plexus chakra, the Manipura, strength, personality, power, determination, I do. And then through the green wheel of light, the heart chakra, the Anahata, acceptance, love, compassion, sincerity, I love. And then through the throat chakra, the blue wheel of light, the Vishuddha, communication, expression, creativity, inspiration, I talk. And then through the third eye chakra, the Ajna, intuition, lucidity, meditation, trust, I see. And then through the crown chakra, the Asraha, the knowledge, consciousness, fulfillment, spirituality, I understand. All of these wheels of light, colors, vibrant, energy vortexes, chi, ki, God energy. Our purpose is to balance them between the etherical, spiritual, and the physical. Connect them, align them. And as we go through all of them, we bring this divine positive energy to the back of our head, and we hold it briefly. I am light, I am love, I am. Just in that brief moment, you compress it and condense it into pure liquid energy. frequency. You release it over the pineal gland. Now you can view your pineal gland any shape, color you'd like. I look at it as a rosebud, a green ball, and as we release this pure liquid energy over to the highest high frequencies, it literally opens, blossoms as a massive rose that is eternal, immortal, and the highest high of fragrances, and it's literally shimmering. And when we do this, our pineal gland in each and every one of us is very important to us while we're in these bodies, because a fully functioning pineal gland connects us to all the particles of existence, our pure consciousness, and beyond. And it is important for us to have it fully functioning and healthy. This visualization is very empowering. It's very powerful, and with intent through the heart-mind, you can literally awaken the pineal gland to its full capacity. So you can use this exercise through this meditation that we're doing now, or do it anytime. Now, we're all consciously aware that we are of the highest, deepest eternal love, from the highest, deepest eternal love, and the highest and deepest eternal gratitude. And we have others who are with us as well. We have the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, and the archetypes. This is a civilization that vibrates at a different frequency than we do, so they don't appear as we appear to each other. And they've been assisting us from the beginning, and we have been assisting them since we have been. Now, sometimes they'll appear in humanoid form, just give us a message. And they'll appear, but you don't really identify with it until they've been long, they're gone, and then it dawns on you that was an angel. So we help each other. Now, because of their frequency, they're able to contain a large number in a small space. So it isn't unusual to have thousands of them surrounding any one of us. That's real bliss. Now, they are consciously aware that they're of the highest, deepest eternal love, from the highest, deepest eternal love, and the highest, deepest eternal gratitude. And we have the ascended masters: Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda, Jesus, El Morya, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, many, many, many more. And these are those who have ascended out of body and hold pure consciousness, God form. And they've been assisting us for a very long time, and we've been assisting them. And remember, we're all connected, we're all one. We're of the one source creator. And they are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest eternal love, from the highest, deepest eternal love, and the highest, deepest eternal gratitude. Our God form has inhabited these bodies so that we can experience the physical form, the physical body. Our pure consciousness is housed within the body, theirs isn't. Not a physical or biological. Now we're all gathered here, all consciously aware. This water world, this Class M planet, Earth, Gaia, Arya, and we're here in a massive gathering, in a massively powerful universal meditation. And so we're compelled to call out to all the different parts of the one, of source creation, of the God, of source creator, pure consciousness, reflecting different aspects of the one. So we call out to all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest of deepest, eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, in this forming of the circle of light. And they come in the billions, and they come in the trillions, and they come in the googolplexes. One googolplex will fill this universe. They come in trillions of googolplexes from every direction. And they are with us. We contact and communicate with all of them always through pure consciousness. We also call upon all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, agartha, and beneath earth. Many, many, many civilizations and species. Only those who are consciously aware that they're of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude can join us in this meditation, in this now, in this forming of the circle of light. And they come. And they come in the billions. And they are with us. We call upon all the off-worlders, all the galactics, many, many, many civilizations and species, over 1,000 different civilizations and species traverse through this solar system every day. We're only familiar with a fraction. Pleiadians, Sirians, Arcturians, Andromedans, the feline, all the different species and levels of the gray, the Zeta Reticuli, the Nord, the Golden Pyramid, the Avion, many, many, many. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude can join us in this now, in this meditation of forming the circle of light. Now, they've been assisting us in our evolution, in our enlightenment, in our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And they come in the billions, and they are with us. We call upon all of our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Now, only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, in this forming of the circle of light. And they come in the billions, and they are with us. We call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, in this meditation of forming the circle of light. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, the forming of the circle of light. And they come in the trillions, color, shape, sizes, forms, configurations of which many we have never seen before. And just to name a fraction of them that we are familiar with, the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the dwarves, the gnomes, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, many, many, many more. they come in the trillions, and they are with us. We're all gathered here, this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, this now, form this circle of light, this meditation. We all come together, arm in arm, hand in hand, all of our gods together as one. We are in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, and abundance. And all of us are of the highest, from the highest, of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. And we are all from the highest and of the highest, of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love. And we are all one. And we are all God. And we are all love. And our God-light energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. Now we form this massive circle of light. It is the highest of the highest high frequencies within each and every one of us. It is the kingdom of God, the God within, the pure consciousness. So this brilliant white light spans the universes. And we're focused on this planet, in this now, to lift its vibrational frequency permanently into fifth density and beyond. And this light, it would take at least 1 billion of the suns in this solar system to equal the brilliance of this light. It is the light of creation. And it grays out the darkness of space, and it floods this planet and all the planets in this solar system inside, outside, above and below, with pure, deep, eternal love, brilliance, deep gratitude, peace, benevolence, generosity, gentleness, kindness, expands, intensifies, and we begin to levitate up effortlessly above the planet. And as we do this, we're immediately met with this beautiful ocean, gossamer field of trillions of vibrant colors of reflective light. And we effortlessly can pass through it. It's everywhere. And we're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This column reminds us that we're the power of healing. And then following that, we're met with the violet blue purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column that reminds us of our power, our strength, and our resolve. Then we're immediately met with the white fire. This column reminds us that we maintain a God armor of the highest high frequencies from source creation. And this God armor is such a high frequency of deep eternal love, inside, outside, all around us, that any lower dark matter frequency or lower survival matter frequency cannot even come close to us. It can't hold their form of such a low frequency in such a high frequency field. They will vanish, vaporize immediately. Now, only you can change that. Only you have the power. If you lower your frequency low enough to diminish your white fire armor, then you will allow the lower dark matter frequency and the lower survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. If this does happen, you're immediately met with the purple transmuting flame, and this is a column that reminds you that if you do this, you can completely transmute all of these lower dark matter frequencies into neutralized substance and literally sending them back to pure consciousness where they are no more. You're then met with the violet ray. This column reminds you that you can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame, and you can literally purify, cleanse the area that these low frequencies were in, therefore restoring your white fire armor field of the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love and gratitude. And then you're met with the golden white pink light. This column reminds you that you are the love. You are the God, and you are the one. It is what we're made of by Source Creator. Pure love. And you see it in sunsets, and you see it in sunrises, and you see it in rainbows. You see it in reflections of the waters. You see it in the clouds. You see it just about everywhere. And when you're taken aback at such beauty, you're literally taken aback at the beauty that each and every one of us are. Because these sunsets and sunrises, and these rainbows, are a reflection of the love that we're all from. Everywhere you can go on this planet, you're reminded of the love that you are. Now, as we continue to levitate above the planet, those of us carrying physical form decide to step outside the body and effortlessly float above the body. As we do this, and we continue to levitate up, we see this massive column that we created. It's larger than this solar system, and we designed it in such a way that the actual shaft, or the column itself, looks like a crystalline tower. And inside of it, it's a prism of trillions of vibrant colors. And it's pulsating. Looks like trillions of rainbows, all shimmering and glimmering and vibrating, such as each of our auras do. And this is flooding the planet and all life, the highest value in the universe is on and above and below. It's lifting all the lower frequencies into diminishment and lifting everything into a higher frequencies of deep eternal love and gratitude. Now, at the top of this column, this crystalline tower, we designed it so that the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees eternally, perpetually. Each of us are drops of that golden ocean, and each of us hold the essence of that ocean. Pure, deep, eternal love, pure, deep, eternal gratitude, peace, joy, bliss, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, tranquility, benevolence, abundance. And we're literally flooding, bathing, and saturating everything and everything. All life, highest value in the universe, everything. Lifting the vibrational frequency even of a blade of grass. Then we just move a little bit over and we see our meditative sphere. We created this sphere. It sits center circle. It houses all of our meditations in perpetual motion. And we're moving towards almost 900 meditations. And we created this sphere well over 2 years ago. And we have everyone with us in this meditation, stretching through trillions of universes, all focused here in this choose to be with them. The highest of vibrational frequencies is deep eternal love and gratitude. Nothing can sustain itself in low harmonic vibrational frequency, in the lower dark matter frequencies and survival matter frequencies, around any of us, anywhere. And this sphere is flooding this planet. And all of our brothers and sisters in all life, perpetually, eternally, lifting the frequencies in everything and everything. That's why this sphere can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And this is why it continues to intensify and it continues to expand. Because every day, for well over 2 years, without fail, all of us, through deep eternal love and gratitude, increase the frequency of this planet and all life, everything and everything, to eventuality creating a paradise, a God planet, here. And to remember always, and to know always, that we house the kingdom of God within our bodies, and that the heaven is within, and that the heaven walks the earth, and the earth is the body. So, in reality, we are heaven on earth. And the communication and messages that come into you from the divine positive energy, from source creation, from source creator of that which created you out of pure, deep, eternal love, embrace. Each of us are an eternal, omnipresent God being. We are omnipotent and omniscient. We have omniscient abilities, and we are infinitely capable of creating miracles. And when each of us realize this, when we wake up each and every day, we will absolutely be ecstatic at knowing of who and what we are. I'll join you in the meditation, and I'll return to close us out. you can think that you are some limited time-bound being who is not super amazing, all-powerful, and deeply connected to the greatest loving, healing source in the universes. Be careful of those thoughts which make you believe that this limited, normal human mindset is real. Be supremely aware of the part of your brain who thinks that is anything less than absolutely divine. All of these thoughts cannot contain the grand reality of what each and every one of us truly are. They are temporarily time-bound thoughts which are delusions and illusions of the mind. The truth is that is an eternal spiritual being who is capable of manifesting anything that can imagine. And each of us have the magical power to visualize, imagine, and invent, create into reality anything we wish to experience. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and into the following morning. We will return tomorrow, July 14th, 2020.